Ugh. Okay. Hello. How you doing? It's been a long day. It's been a very long day. So let's just chill, hey? My cat scratched my hand like 5 minutes ago. Oh shit. I'm only bleeding slightly though. Oh god, where are we? Oh, right, okay. So what did we killed someone. Oh man, that may have been a bad place to leave. To learn the combination, we must gain the favor of the gods. So we killed the Sallow Man. We killed Alexander. Windows must power the mechanism with a phase capacitor. Nameless Isle. We've done that. That stuff's around here somewhere. It's not a very big place, and we've been to quite a few places. This is the one where the lever is. Been there. What's up here? This is all pretty much fine, I think, for now. Can I just go ahead and like pull this?
Force won't work. Interesting. It may still be in working order.
Who's got the thingy? The battery. I have someone's hand.
You are the Sallow Man, a twisted undead elf, your memories flashing through you like sparks from a blazing fire through smoked air, passing so fast you can barely see an image before it's gone. An elven child, the moon, the sun, the void, the dirt, a death in the fog amongst the trees, the ugly hag in the desert alley whose sight you took, an artifact that powers a lever.
I guess you can't see that. I got a big old scratch on my shoulder.
You strain to hold on to that one last memory, and at last it comes. Tir-Sendelius, Duna, Zantetza, and Amadia, all worshipping the moon. The sallow blood within the meat was corrupted long before his death. It makes you sick.
Oh, a good new skill. Nice. Amadia, that's the moon. I don't really know the rest of them, though, if I'm honest. Oh, okay. That's only 6. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 1 missing. Sorry. So where haven't we been? We've been all the way over here. We've done the dwarven stuff. Oh, we haven't done the lizard. Yeah, so we haven't, I don't think we've done this one because Sabille was basically like, hey, chill.
A black ring captain stands before you. She looks remarkably ordinary, you think, as far as black ring go. But then you hear a voice inside your head.
Tell me who you are, or I will kill you. And do not doubt me, for I tell the truth.
Envisage her setting a blade to your throat.
Her expression does not change. She cannot read your mind, but you can read her face, and you see she grows impatient.
Tell me who you are, or I will kill you. Then kill the divine pigs and kill the godwoken. Kill them all, and then perhaps you live, or perhaps you die.
Okay.
He looks you in the eyes, raises the palm of his hand towards you. Serpent-like coils writhe beneath the skin. The skin blackens. Noxious black smoke pours from him into your mouth. Your tongue turns dry, then rough, almost scaly, and you feel your source, unsettled, as if attracted to the man's black eyes. As the black smoke snake takes over your tongue, you feel yourself slipping away. You see a vision, an army of the undead, risen to turn the world to a lifeless waste. At its head, a god king.
Will yourself to repulse the spell.
The smoke snake returns to its master. Your mouth returns to normal, and with a sibilant hiss, the alchemist begins to laugh.
What is he, a snake?
He tips his temple in salute. For a moment, a black smoke snake coils around his fist, and then is gone.
Totems of the Necromancer. Sounds cool. I don't really have enough money to be like.
Every weapon in my stock has spilled blood in honor of the God King.
Oh, excuse
You
me.
can't do the same,
To be
and the
just
fault
like
lies with you.
going ham.
What'll it be? A bow?
The dreamer's eyes do not see you. His mind is elsewhere. The dreamer's eyes have rolled over white. His fingers twitch as you near. A cold presence suddenly seizes you. Your breath shortens, and a voice enters your mind, probing.
Sorry, someone's ringing me. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Where were we?
It is you, the prey that my master seeks, God-woken.
Oh, thank Christ. Hey Sarah, how you
The
doing?
cold presence ebbs away. You take a deep breath. The voice offers parting words. Very well. Go, in service of the God King.
Partied all weekend and you're exhausted? Oh, that sounds like fun. I hope you're not hungover, are you? Because that would be rough. Where am I going? Oh, I went the wrong fucking way again.
Loved ones return to you. Death will become a thing of the past. Your enemies shall be cast down.
Oh. You know what? I don't think I've... That came from the other side, maybe? I'll drink even more.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sibyl has never been so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. She's like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces.
Oh. Well, I mean, one way to avoid a hangover is to just keep drinking. So, you know, I'll be drinking for a while. That might be a good idea. I don't know how some people can just do like the whole, you know, they'll go on holiday and drink for a week straight. It's just like, how does your liver keep up? Mine sees a glass of alcohol and it's like, you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure? You know what you like. One glass of gin and you'll say yes to anybody.
Another step, ever closer. The moment has finally come. She's found the master.
She's actually moving on her own. The Shadow Prince. Take my alcohol now, shockingly. Well, good. I think it's better to have a higher tolerance than a low tolerance like me.
The eyes of predators meet.
Not now. I got you anyway.
Sabil.
He snaps his fingers, and she involuntarily snaps to attention.
Oh, that's not good.
Here you go, breaking my heart.
Ooh, he's got a cool voice
That's
too.
the plan, mastermind.
Sabia will have her vengeance
He
today.
sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabil. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command.
Sometime. Oh my god, it sounds like you've had a lot of fun this
I
weekend.
would have watched you, like I have all this time. Glad to see you live.
Although I gotta say,
even laugh.
there is something about having your family congregated in one area that makes me want to drink heavily. I don't think I'm the only one with that response. Say, oh, I have to deal with relatives. Bombs away! Look.
I'm very fond of you, you know.
The feeling's not quite mutual.
Not yet.
Oh.
Another snap. Different fingers, different sound. She looks to the ground. She's bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken.
My hands more often. Oh, even better. Yeah. I try not to like drink at family things, but a lot of the time it's just, it makes it so much more bearable. But my issue is that when I do drink, I get very talkative, and I don't want to be around them, especially, and just like non-stop, you know, because then they think I'll like them. Not the same, yeah.
Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater
It's gonna have to
good.
talk, yeah.
The supreme example
Much
of
more
this
enjoyable to talk to,
is
that's for
you,
sure. Which I can get
Sabine.
silly. Yeah. I just can't shut up. I don't do anything stupid, I just talk shit.
She's the prime scion. It had to be her.
Oh my
The other
god,
scions
already?
knew and welcomed her. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant.
Ooh, that's disgusting.
What I did had to be done, Sabine. And I had to be the orchestrator, for I am the House of
Go back?
Shadows.
Okay, cool.
I am the Fate Weaver.
On,
I am the hand that guides
a different subject.
blind
I don't own Prototype. I thought I did. I thought I got it for like free at some point. But I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale before I buy it. So is there anything else you want me to play for all those points? So recently? No, I haven't. Missing any changes? Okay, cool. Well, I'll have a look in a little bit then.
Sabine slowly draws her needle.
Time to get to the point.
Oh, I see what you did there.
My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying.
Do you have? Well, I'm
Fine
actually I'm
instrument, is
going
it not?
to
Precise.
put my library, my game library, in the game suggestions soon. So I might do that tonight after the stream, and then you can have a look through and see what I've got. I've got a lot of games, but I've been the fuck? Not all though. I said putting off for a long time. Putting off for a long time. I guess we'll both have to do some exploring.
Just like
with my
me.
list.
Just like you.
Because I have the Humble Bundle, and it's a lot of those games I don't necessarily play, but kind of look interesting. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just add them.
Forced you to shed the blood
700
of
games
scions
later.
Because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions.
Untold millions.
Here's the final truth, Sabine. The true evil here is not me. It's you.
Shit, yeah, there's quite a few.
The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this
The
world.
one
They
that
seek to carve out
I
the
saw while I was
whole
scrolling
wide
through my
world
list the
for
other day is
themselves.
Mr. Turnip and the tax evasion adventures or something. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. That one looked kind of interesting, so I think we'll play that eventually as well. Hey Juliet, how you doing? Got a bunch of new reaction rolls. It's like a legit community now. Awesome. That's really cool, Sarah. It seems to be your server seems to be growing quite well then.
They want their route to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what
Turnip
I
Boy commits. You
counteract.
did, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I have no idea what it's about. I'm assuming it's about a turnip boy who commits tax evasion. But who knows? Indie games are weird. Are we evading tax now? What do you mean now? Been doing that for years. No, I haven't. Joking, Jesus.
He died the day he met me.
Death, death, death. Did I create a monster after all?
We don't have the IRS, we just have the we have the ATO here. Thing. That sounds really cool. I'll definitely have to check it out in a bit. Is that there all? You know, that's the secret, Cat. Everyone's always horny.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. But you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to
It's good to
sing a
have, like, I was thinking about it the other day. I know some Discord servers have like a dedicated NSFW, some like channels where you put NSFW stuff specifically so it doesn't end up everywhere. I think that's kind of a good idea because, you know, people are people and people are horny. I think it's better to have a healthy look at it instead of being like, no, 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 human anatomy doesn't exist. Mm-mm-mm.
You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your
That's
master.
much better now. Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that.
He sings. The
This makes everything
scar-song
awkward, you know?
swells, 1,000 tiny needles in Sabile's soul, chipping away at her will.
Run at him, strike at him, silence
You're
him.
too late. The melody has taken hold of her mind. The song continues. Sabile's eyes grow dull. She's completely under the lizard's thrall once more, lost to you forever.
What do you mean forever? Oh no. This is sort of what I was worried about because she's an absolute fucking beast and she'll kill me in one shot. Fuck. That did not take long at all. Everyone's actual NSFW. Yeah, cool. Seems like you've got quite the variety, which I think is probably key. So I'm trying to break my own account. Ugh. I've had that with a lot of other stuff. Thankfully not Discord though. I imagine that's a freaking nightmare. Have I really lost Sabile forever? Because I don't like that idea. So I'm gonna be really cheaty. Oh, maybe I won't do it straight away. We'll see how we go.
I'm ready.
There he is. Oh, there's another one. Who are you? Shadow Assassin. Not forever. Yeah, I had a lot of issues with Discord when I first tried to use it as well. Still, honestly, have a lot of issues. It's very confusing to me. Just because I think that's for the best. Facebook's awful. I think we were talking about this a little while ago. Facebook is just full of like old people and racists now. I mean, not that that was much different from the beginning, but you know what I mean.
Feel yourself.
Oh my god. Shit happened. Yeah, it's not worth holding on to. When I first started streaming, I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I'll set up like a Facebook page just specifically for the stream, but there's no point. There is absolutely no point. Facebook is just dead, basically. Or separated. Oh yeah, I use Messenger like crazy. That's the only thing I use. Oh no. Oh no. Trying to die so hard too. Yeah, a lot of my Instagram now is just reposted TikToks. So I went and downloaded TikTok. Why? Yeah. Definitely. People, and all those people are obsessed with minion memes for some reason. Which I will never understand. That's just me. It depends. Whenever I'm on Instagram, I usually have to like filter out so much crap before I get to decent stuff. I did get a TikTok. Yeah, I've been sharing memes in the meme checkpoint because it makes it so easy to do. Any TikToks? Yes, please do. TikTok is pretty good. I've noticed there is a lot of shit on there, but it's very easy to kind of get rid of, which is nice. Oh my god. Have a few more turns. Right, where are we? Shadow Prince is almost dead. Immune to frozen. Oh fuck. The same. Let me check. I think it's Dark Mist 100. Yeah, Dark Mist 100. That's it. That's it. There. I don't have a profile picture or anything set up, but yeah. Psycho Sage. Okay. Cool, sounds good. I'm on this probably a little bit more than I'd like to admit, so I will pretty much always see the messages. I'll put that down. My phone's nearly flat. I got this charging pad on my mouse pad. Very helpful. Anyway. Where did the prince go? Is he dead? No, he's up there. Yeah, there we go. Saw that pop up. Just followed? Yeah, my phone just vibrated, so that was the right one. I'll add a profile picture and stuff and get it set up properly eventually. Oh, she doesn't change back. Oh no. More. Is there anything I can do? Oh no. Oh, God. Star Stable Online. No, I don't have any pictures of horses. Not that I know of. Oh man. Yeah, that's definitely not me. Shit. I don't really know if I want Sabine to just be dead. Do I maybe have to leave her at home? Possibly? No, we'll see how this plays out anyway. Listen, thank you. He's being sneezy. Oh my god. I'm always sneezy. Okay, nails too short, or no? Why'd you cut them too short? Do you like the long... You know, I quite like the scratchy, the nails that look like claws. They're very much my aesthetic. What was he? Maybe if we go around the other way. Not that I really want to, but it might be a bit easier. Just want to die. Oh, yeah. I've heard that they. It's like I've seen people trying to type with long nails for the first time, and it's just garbled gibberish. Funny to look at, though. Let's teleport us over, I guess.
I can't make heads nor tails of this.
Solstice. Right. And what's over here? Nothing. Do you want to, like, maybe talk to me, Sabine, or...
Speak if you wish to. I have a feeling about this place. I think it's possible the master isn't far off.
It's cracked. It's... yeah. I think once you got used to them, it's a bit of a power move, right? To be like, yeah, I can do literally anything with these nails on.
If I'm right, if I find him, he has a date with a needle.
I think it sends a message too when you're like typing or typing on your phone or a keyboard. The like extra clack of the nails makes it seem very aggressive. That's a power move as well.
After that, comes after that.
Okay.
Sabine slides her hand in yours, makes your heart skip a beat with her particularly coquettish smile.
Okay, so I'm supposed to be talking to her a lot then.
I've something I need to tell you.
Say you love it when she smiles at you like that. You wonder what you did to earn it.
You earned it just by being you.
Oh. Isn't that cute? Gently squeeze her hand.
You see, the thing is...
She scrapes her throat, hesitates, almost as if she's a bit nervous. There's a first.
Yeah, that's why I like the claws. I first saw like really cool claws from one of the Alien movies. One of Ridley's... I reckon one of the last old ones. She has these claws and she kills people with them, and they're really cool. Okay. Most importantly, going to the bathroom? Like how? How do you do that without giving yourself just grievous wounds?
I'm afraid you're going to accuse me of killing the mood, but... I need to talk to you about the master.
Is there anything amiss?
No, not anymore. Or so I
Get a
hope.
bit. Oh, I guess yeah. There you go. You problem solved.
My dear, sweet boy, I've grown to trust you more than I've trusted anyone since.
Don't just have those. Us Americans don't have those newfangled bidets.
Since I've had names on my skin.
I thought you could buy ones that like clipped on essentially, or are they garbage? Is it? Excuse me. As I saw it at one of those like videos about them. I don't know. They're kind of expensive too, aren't they? Look her in the eyes and say you're proud to have earned her trust. I'm proud to have earned your trust.
Wasn't easy, I know.
Well, no, they're not really a common thing here either. But I know if you buy like a toilet that's got one pre-installed, they're super expensive.
Come, sit down with me for a moment.
You both sit down, cross-legged, knees to knees, hand in hand.
Interesting.
Suddenly, a melody. Sabine sings a song, haunting in its simplicity. She uses no words, sounds rather. It's beautiful, yet somehow menacing.
Japanese fancy. Oh my god, the Japanese like technology is just out of this world. They have, if you have any issue, toilet related or otherwise, they have some sort of piece of technology to fix it. They're like, the Japanese toilets have like heated seats, all the bells and whistles.
This is
Jealous.
my star song. It's all the master needs to make me his slave once more, unless your voice opposes his. I will soon confront him, with you by my side. My life and my liberty I place in these soft, strong hands of yours. Will you sing?
Yes.
Good answer.
Her cat's eyes close as she leans in for a kiss.
Meet her lips.
You kiss. It's sweet and wonderful. You wish it could last forever.
My word.
You both get up and smile to one another warmly. When you hear a sound in the distance and turn to look, Sabine pats you affectionately on the bottom.
Adventure calls, but I say we do this again sometime.
Oh my god. It's actually quite sweet. I like stuff like that. It just adds a little bit of je ne sais quoi. Purged corpse. Okay, what are we gonna do here? That one. I've never seen Bob's Burgers, but I'll take your word for it.
The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash.
Where can I find
Seems to radiate heat
a
as you
psycho
approach.
killer elf GF?
There is a blinding flash, and you are surrounded by flame. It licks your skin, enveloping you, but does not burn.
I haven't seen
you
Bob's
see
Burgers.
Jean's sister sitting on an ember throne.
I know there's
surrounded by
a
faintly
movie out
glowing
at the moment.
stars. Her eyes are mocking and angry, but you can see that her scales are starting to flake and fall.
Okay.
Weakling! You have wasted my time by coming here. My champion will ascend at the wellspring. No other can overcome trial by flame.
You're willing to take on any challenge that she has to offer.
There is no challenge, Godwoken.
Ouch.
There is only flame. My
Oh, I've seen
chosen will
clips. I've
overcome.
never seen a full episode, but I've seen clips, and it does look quite funny. Maybe? Yeah, I think it came out recently, like really recently. It was even in like our
The lizard
cinemas.
slams her fist against her throne, sending embers flying. One of the stars above her ignites, wreathing itself in flame.
Oh, that can't be good.
The flames around you flare, and you're enveloped in an inferno. The fire rips through you, scorching your flesh and burning your clothes. The vision fades, leaving only the blazing fire, a glowing sun emblem on the altar, and the echoing laughter of a malicious god.
Who is her champion though? Because they're all dead. At least I think they're all dead. I'll understand. Oh, lizard leg. Nice. There was one scene that I thought was really funny, but that was a while ago. But it does look cool. Was it made? No, never mind. I'll get around to it one day. I got anime to watch. Oh, tell you what, I've been watching a fair bit of anime lately. I'm nearly finished Mob Psycho. That's a really good show. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You hit the hay? No worries, Sarah. Thanks for popping in. Sleep well. Hope you recover from the weekend. Oh, that's permanent. Oh shit! Who's got a bless? Me, I've got a bless. There we go. Holy fire. Lovely. And we'll catch you next time. I need some... What's this? I need some go-go juice. But I don't really know how to get it. I do want to see what's over here though. Have I been over here? No. This might be where... Oh, there's some sauce there. This might be where Armadia's temple is, or shrine is. I would like to visit it. Anywho. That's okay. I guess we can live without that for now. I'll just save and hope we don't need any sauce. I guess I could eat some from here. Ooh, tasty. So I might... This is where they all appear. I might have to maneuver people a little bit better, I think.
One step,
Oh,
then
fuck it.
another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sabine has never been
Well,
another
we've seen
step,
this already,
ever
so...
closer. The eyes.
Sabine,
He snaps his...
here you...
That's the plan.
He sighs.
I'm very...
The feeling.
not...
Another snap.
utter. Let me indulge you with it was what I'd...
Sabine.
Time to get to the point.
My, you just like me. You should know that I forced you to shed the blood of scions because...
He's really cool. I
rather
really like how
than
that guy
kill
looks.
her, it transformed you into a... Here's the final truth, Sabine. The true evil here is not me. The mother truth. They want their roots to conquer...
He died the day he met me.
Death, death, death. I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. All you've...
He sings. She looks at you with hope and defiance. Gives the signal. You must sing the song.
Sing the song just like she taught you.
Your voice harmonizes with the master's. Stunned, he hesitates, and yours becomes the dominant melody. Sabine is free from his influence.
It's one thing I'll never hear in real life is your voice dominates.
Dear me, you're a miracle worker. I'll take it from here.
The patient cat finally pounces. She strikes, precisely, exactly. Her needle pierces his neck, spears his vocal cords, filling his throat with blood.
Oh my god.
Checkmated and muted, he staggers back, all a feared fury. This is it. It's time to kill the master.
I have to say, the idea of a needle being like this ultimate killing tool is kind of cool. I really like that idea. That might make me a psychopath, but I think I'm okay with that. Says the psychopath. Okay. We'll just try and get him out of the way as soon as possible. I guess I don't really need to use that, do I? Go and what else? Should I fly away? Yeah, I think so. There is an invisible person up here, so. Ow. Okay. Put me up here. What can we do? God. For some reason, I always kind of forget how tactical this game is. Maybe not quite, but like, I forget how much thought goes into a lot of these fights, and then we get into a fight, and I just like, my brain hurts. Now I sort of have to decide, can I stop you from moving? Probably not. If he moves though, he'll die. Okay, he didn't move. Great.
Send something nearby.
Yeah, it's an assassin. Good instincts. Nice, cool. Need more poison skills.
I sense something nearby.
Oh my god, they took all my armor. And there's another one. Oh man. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Okay. Just not gonna be able to do much. But who? Put one of them to sleep, maybe? Or I can atrophy one of the... no, not quite. Yeah. You... okay. Never mind. Thankfully these guys aren't too difficult. They're kind of... not easy, but they're not terrible either. What's that? Oh, yeah. You'll be on my side? Nice.
It's the dark with you. Prepare yourself. I'm ready.
I mean, there was a person right next to you. I guess that works too. Who else? Oh, the other two are invisible, aren't they? Oh no, you're not. Found him. I used to think that was really overpowered until we got some of her other skills. Like Cloak and Dagger's fairly decent. It's basically the same thing. Oh my god. Why is it that I can never be comfortable, hey? Oh god. Oh, I just have to, I'm just gonna have to sit like this. But even then I can't because the green screen doesn't go far enough. And that feels weird. Actually, this is fun. Oh. Right, now I can't really see the bar. Just as long as you can't see my double chin, I'm fine. Who do we need to get rid of? There's someone with full health. You're probably fine. Can't see you apparently. I can't really see you. Oh shit. Could I run up there? I almost could. No, not quite. Oh, so close. Oh, he's still on outside. Clearly. Sweet. That really doesn't do as much damage as I feel like it should. Anyway. Can I get up there somehow? Maybe. Loesch and Sabille are just amazing. And then there's me and... well, I guess Vane's probably a lot better than I am as well. I really feel like the tag-along, like the token useless character, who's kind of there, but is always being saved or something. Not much that far either. Who needs armor then? Well, I guess I do. Oh, there's another one right there, which I didn't see. Somehow. Okay. Sabille definitely looks the coolest out of all of us. The rest of us look like plebs. How are you not dead? There we go. What's this one? Useless. Good. Oh, shit. Stunned? No. Don't do much damage, but there's just so many of them. No. You dingus. Nice. Death Leech? What's Death Leech? It doesn't sound great.
What's on your mind, darling?
So you touch, you trusted the song that controls the scar.
Oh, honey, you should be. It was a trust
She calls me
not
honey.
lightly given, I assure you. The mere recollection of this tune, it haunts me. Sometimes, in dreams, I hear it whistled, and I fear it's real. I fear I'll never wake up again because it holds me enthralled in the night. And when I think of what it made me do, it's enough to make me want to flay whoever sings it.
She pats your shoulder awkwardly.
But darling, no need to tense up so. I'd never do that to you. Well, not unless you'd attempt to sing the song before we meet the master. But you're far too smart for any such shenanigans, aren't you? Of course you are.
Yeah.
Now then, on a more serious note, how about a kiss?
Smooth. You thought she'd never
Come
ask.
here.
A kiss. A sweet, stolen moment.
That's how you kiss, right?
See? I told you we should do this again sometime.
Master is dead. She's free. Ask how it feels to have finally achieved her goal.
It feels magnificent, if somewhat unreal. But first things first.
You look on as Sabine bears her arm and drags her needle across the word master, like a knife, drowning the black ink in blood.
Whisper a few words of healing magic as you place a hand over the wound.
With a few ripples of sauce, the wound closes, leaving behind but new scar tissue that effaces all trace of the hated word that was.
Thank you. You're such a sweetheart.
She laughs. Her cat eyes dance with mirth.
Now, it's over.
Tell her you're very proud of her.
She takes your hand in hers, meets your eyes in earnest.
I just can't thank you enough. I could never have defeated the Master without you. I owe you everything.
Smile and say she owes you nothing.
But I do, and I won't forget. I am free now.
She places a hand over the fresh scar on her arm.
I've known the opposite too long to want to spend another day hollow with hate, another night hollow with loneliness.
It's a little awkward. Move a little closer and tell her she need never be lonely again.
I know I needn't be, if you show me a little love.
You kiss her on the cheek, and she laughs, full of life.
Ask to be what our next move should be.
Now that the Master's dead, might as well pursue Divinity, I say.
I'm very apprehensive about where this story leads. because I like these characters and I don't want us all to start like tearing each other apart over the Divinity, but I want Divinity. So therein lies my issue. You feel me? She's now a threat only into herself from checking death fog. Okay, it's nothing. Sabille just got herself a new ring, I think. Yeah, chameleon cloak, that'll be really good for her.
The squirrel's nose twitches.
Ooh, cool.
Nice.
So now we know where the other pieces are. No, I think we already knew that because we have the other pieces, but still. Why am I so happy? Again. Alright, let's see what these are like. Well, the one I paid way too much money for seems better, so... See, it doesn't say anything. What do I do with the heart of the Shadow Prince? Do I eat it? Might be a crafting thing, maybe? I just don't know what to do. I don't want to look stuff up because then I feel like it kind of ruins it. Especially in a game as gigantic as this. Black mirror. Okay. Oh, let's see if we can see his ghost.
The tree must fall. The tree must fall.
Which tree?
The elven tree must fall. The elven tree must fall. He fears it. He fears the elves. The elven tree must fall.
Okay.
Did the God King send ya? As ready, God King. They came out of nowhere and killed us all. As ready. Rise me up. Rise me. I serve the God King. Rise me up. Rise me up, God King.
God King. Not quite, but good attempt, I guess. Okay, yeah, I want to go and see what this island is. And then we can go into the mountain. We've found all the things. See, tunnel below, academy. Is it into the same place? I might have to save before we go in, just so I can make sure we're going into the same place. Maybe this one over here is like a different way in. It's very confusing. I don't want to do things before I should do them. Not that that's really a thing in a game like this, but still. I can't help but wonder that's probably not the way they wanted you to get up here.
Part of the Divine Order's fleet, by the look of it. Hellfire must have rained down on them.
Temple of Armadia, I knew it. Oh,
Temple
Ooh.
in the clouds. What holds this aloft?
magic. I'm glad I didn't skip this. Oh. That doesn't look like too much fun.
Before you stands a shrine to Amadia, her solemn face carved of ancient stone. You feel a presence awaken within the stone. An ancient awareness reaches out to you, swirling through every cell of your body and every mote of your soul. Lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. Static electricity crackles all around you and dances over your body. Yet you feel no jolt or shock, and it fizzles out as soon as it touches your skin. Then the awareness recedes from you, ebbing back like a tide until you are left completely alone. Alone with your thoughts, alone with the blessing Amadia left you with.
Which is air immunity. Okay, cool. I hope that's like relevant. Ah. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, so much cool stuff. Alright, hang on. Jump up. Oh, you can't. Oh no, is it too far? For once. Oh, it might be too far. That's her actual altar. Okay.
Does anything seem different now?
Oh no. Thought I was immune to being shocked.
Did that cause a reaction?
Yes, clearly. It's not raining anymore. Okay.
I have no idea what any of this means.
Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use Source.
I think there's some history behind her Amadia and Fane, but I'm not really sure. I get the feeling you have to play through everyone's kind of individual story to really get the picture, but from their point of view,
More of those damn sentinels.
it's kind of hard to tell.
On top of the pillar.
Knight of Amadia. It's a lady! Alright. Bzz, bzz.
Our defenses are breached. Must I kill you now? It would pain me.
Note that it would probably pain you too.
You are not of the Black Ring. I am relieved. I greet you. I was Amadia's chosen champion.
Okay.
She gasps and bows her head in deference.
Forgive me, please. I hold this boon. It is Amadia's. It should be yours.
Accept a gift, I
Pair of
guess.
gloves,
Ooh.
beaten and worn, but clearly of the highest value, especially to a wizard.
I came to the council to learn to be divine. I failed. I'm not made to be pursued by evil. And that's what it means to be God-woken. Afterwards, I roamed the island, as did all we fallen knights. But my worst fears came true when the Black Ring came. I fled here. I made sure the temple was defended and went to the altar. I prayed to Amadia for help, but she did not answer. I'm not ashamed to say that I hid. There is untold evil in the world, and it has reached the island. It seeks the God-woken who would be divine. I cannot bear it. Go? There is no go. I belong here. I was God-woken, but for all the evil in the world, I would not be divine. I did not search the world for the others of our kind. My place is here. Yours is inside the mountain.
Okay. Speaking of which, can you tell me where the altar is?
Amadia's altar is at the highest point. Climb to the sky and you may find it. But be warned, Amadia rarely answers now. And when she does, she sounds unwell.
She bows her head in deference.
Okay. Gloves. Oh my, they are a lot better. I think I'll take them. Fane can maybe have the other ones. Determination. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm getting like flashbacks from just the whole game because I keep forgetting things because I'm apparently senile. Oh, there she is.
A bird flits in the background as you approach the altar. Laying your hand on the weather-beaten stone, you feel a gentle heat.
A sense of warmth and peace fills you.
Drop to your knee and whisper a prayer to the goddess.
You reach out to Amadia, but all you can hear is the chirp of birds. Getting up, you see the emblem of a moon carved into the altar. A bird flits in the back.
A sense of warmth.
You reach out.
Okay. Well, I suppose we can leave now. Just back that way. There is a bunch of stuff behind that door though. I wonder if I can get past there now. God, that's a handy spell.
Before you stands a shrine to Amadia. You remember that the statue of Amadia in the Hollow Marshes healed you. But no words from you can rouse this one to response. Whatever powers the gods once had has weakened indeed. You feel you feel your blood bubble and seethe, as if it is flowing faster through your whole body. Your mind quickens, and you realize that your thoughts and actions are faster than ever before.
Ooh.
Then the awareness recedes from you.
Oh, so she gave me a blessing as well.
Before you stands a shrine. You remember that the statue, whatever this.
maybe not supposed to get in there? I don't know. Okay, never mind. Can't be too important. Right. Solstice, the lizard, is sun, and that one is all the way over here. Mardia is the moon, which it's already set to. Sindelius is the elf, who is moon, which is fine. Duna is moon, which is the dwarf, that's fine. Zenteza is, what was that, the moon? Relic, sun. And Vrogear is sun as well. Okay. Lovely.
What a strange device.
I think this is it. Let me just save that. Nice.
What a strange device.
Can I not take that back, or is it just there forever now? Oh no, I got it back. I guess if you're too far gone on something else. Secret of doing it the proper way, so we'll do this properly. There is the sword as a sword, so, and I would like to progress a little bit.
Step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Yeah.
We're finally here, on the doorstep of divinity. Merits a word, doesn't it? After all, only one of us can become the new divine.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I won't stand in your way. From the moment you came back from on that ship,
cool.
I knew you were special. You've proven it time and again.
She kisses you on the cheek.
You will be the new divine. I will remain myself. All I ever wanted, really.
Okay. Okay, she doesn't have a problem with it.
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet, to rule in place of me. I need to make sure I'm strong enough that it can never seize control again. I won't let it make me silent in my own skin. I need to ascend.
Oh, shit. Tell her you understand, you want to stand alongside her with her as the chosen. Oh, I guess it is like a... You could just stand aside and be like, no, you take it. Tell her you've cared about her from the moment you met her forever ago on that ship. You didn't leave her then and you won't go and leave her now, but she has to trust you to ascend.
After the exorcism failed, I felt empty, blind. The only thing I could still see was you. Only...
She takes your hand, holds it to her lips, and kisses your fingertips. She cradles her face in your palm for a moment, eyes closed, before letting your hand go.
Let's do this.
Okay. So that's 2 out of 3. Let's see how this one goes.
The academy. My academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means.
Oh, I was lagging apparently. Sorry about that.
But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out.
Tell Fane that you understand his people are everything, but he must know that if you become divine, you will protect him no matter what.
I believe that you will. I trust you. Curious. I was sure I would burst into flames if I ever uttered those words. Oh well. Come, Godwoken. Let's claim your destiny.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Best friends. Back to I got an achievement called Back to School.
So this is the ancient academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it's seen better days.
A bit like yourself.
Wow. Okay. All claim their support for me.
The Voidwoken rears its head as you approach, its beady eyes looking past you. You glance over your shoulder and see Fane staring at it, transfixed.
You.
Okay.
The Voidwoken hisses as Fane approaches. It calls him traitor, but it calls him brother too. Fane's drive to uncover the universe's secret saw the Eternals cast into the void. His hubris saw his people turned into Voidwoken.
Oh shit!
But the Voidwoken offers him a chance to redeem himself, to rejoin his people. If he accepts the God King's covenant, all will be forgiven. The Voidwoken claims that the Eternals can return to this world, that Fane can be home again. The skeleton looks back at you.
Uh-oh. What's my highest stat? Finesse, Constitution, or Strength? Rest your hand on Fane's shoulder and tell him that you're here for him. You'll always be here for him. Oh, the persuasion stuff is so sketchy because 9 times out of 10 I fail.
I'm sorry, brother. I cannot see this land destroyed just so we can rebuild our more imperfect world. I have a new home now.
Very well, traitor. Side with your mortal pets. Share their fate.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world.
Ask the Voidwoken why it calls you thief.
All mortals are thieves. You have stolen our world. All the world is ours.
You're wrong. The world doesn't belong to you. And never will.
We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us.
I wonder if there's not a grain of truth in there somewhere.
We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. They were little more than local barons, until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. And it let the void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches.
You can never return. You bring the void with you, and the void destroys all.
You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return.
Who is this king, though? I'm interested to see who the king is.
Cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was. Before we were betrayed.
I didn't have anything to do with the betrayal.
Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back.
I feel like his voice should be a bit more creature-ish.
But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can still walk, you shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
So well, now we have to fight for
I
it.
can understand their anger if not their methods. Revenge should be exact, not indiscriminate.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. Folks will do anything to survive. Who could blame them?
My people. What have they done to you? This cannot stand. You must be restored.
Somehow, I feel more nervous about what's going to happen now. It's over this way. I guess that's the right way to go. Oh, is there any spirits, I wonder? The Teacher's Hall. Oh, there's some people in here. What's this? Oh, a light puzzle. I can't wait.
The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
Godwoken? Can it be true? Am I dead?
Yeah.
The spirit's distraught expression slides away in an instant, revealing that of a highly composed and thoroughly unimpressed lizard spirit.
Well, at least you tried. Time for one last lesson in finesse, I think. I'll have my work cut out for me with you. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study must suffer a little. Your wits, I believe. Do you wish to proceed?
I see. So here you can kind of boost your stats in one thing to gain something in another. Right. That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if I like the idea of sacrificing anything though.
Being. Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
There we go. So that'll be how I unlock the door at the end then. How did I unlock that? Armaments of the One. Ooh. Sounds cool. God, my F5 button is certainly getting a workout. Gekschwalder Arena Master.
An automaton, massive and imposing, creaks to life as you approach.
You must leave. I am an automaton. I recognize, and you divine. You must leave or die.
Okay, I'm going to take that literally, because usually the game does have a pretty decent habit of telling you that you'll be in trouble if you try and fight something it tells you not to. So we might come back. The door's unlocked, so it's no big deal really. And I'm kind of easy to convince when it's a giant mech thing telling me that I'm a bit shit at the moment. Okay. Might be further in then.
An automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
Oh my god, there's a lot of scrolls. Hello.
Hello, Godwoken.
The automaton peers in close at your face.
You are a fine specimen. Most fine. Your arrival is long overdue. This is the Academy. It is a place of great learning. I am the Seneschal. I serve both those who teach and those who come to learn. Those like you. Allow me to show you.
What's the purpose of the Academy?
The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the arena of the One. It's quite simple. Defeat all others.
The Sensual falls silent for a long moment, as if processing this question is quite taxing on its cognitive faculties.
It seems I was interfered with. My power supply was removed through force. The perpetrator is unclear. Inactivity has caused further damage. I cannot access my full faculties. Unfortunate, but I shall help you however possible. Godwoken should usually be able to pass freely. Whoever tampered with me may have interfered with the Academy in other ways.
Okay.
Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties.
Right.
I have no idea what any of this means.
I can understand this reads, "In the footsteps of the Eternals." But what that means remains to be seen.
An ancient library. I feel right at home.
Here we go.
Don't you yawn. Guess I'll... Oh, jeez. Take that. Oh, another phase capacitor. Where was that? It's under the desk. I'm gonna need that though, so I'll just grab that real quick. Oh my god, how much does it weigh? Have a look before we go and talk to anybody. Ow.
I think I'm missing something here.
Yeah, clearly. Let's see. Is there a way that you can not learn these spells? Oh, why? Why would you avoid that? That just seems like... that's just bringing undue pain on yourself, really. Although I guess there are people who like that kind of thing. Capacitor, cool.
Which one came next? Ah, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, want to follow along with something there, I see. Okay.
I think I'm missing something here.
Yeah, right. Let's go and talk to some people.
I think I'm missing something here.
The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
Oh, come now. Surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the God-woken tomes.
All the powers that a God-woken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I will not allow it to be disrespected. I am Master Trenley, curator of the gallery. I'll be here at your service, of course, as you carry out your studies, but there's time for that yet. I'm closing for the night, as I said.
I'm no student, it's not night, and this gallery of his is little more than ashes and rubble.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the... I will not.
Okay.
An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. A hunger rises deep within you.
No.
The hunger dies away.
I'm full of sauce, it'd be such a waste.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be God-woken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Candor the God-woken, dead by the hand of the Divine. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. The hunger
Okay.
You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
Must have lost his mind.
Even an assassin like myself recoils from a divine rejoicing in slaughter.
Hard to believe the Divine did all that. Hardly worthy of the title, if you ask me.
Oh, why do humans do anything? The man was probably driven mad with power.
Ugh.
An Eternal would have no such issue.
That's racist, Bane. Where'd Candor go?
Candor still thinks he'll be the next Divine. You are Candor, and as you turn and flee towards a hunger rising. Too late, he realizes what you're about to do, and with a cry of horror, he is gone.
Does it give me anything there? No. So it's literally just a waste. I thought maybe you'd get something out of it. Because your god's like, hey, I'm hungry, but no, you get nothing. So I'm not gonna absorb their souls. Hey James, how you doing? I'm doing alright, how you doing? Ooh. How was your weekend? Oh my god, my cat's at the door. And meowing like crazy. Ow.
Ah, I think I'm missing something here.
Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarion Grey.
It's
You are
awesome.
God-woken,
Good to hear.
but you will
Very
not
good to
be
hear.
divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival.
Oh.
You are in love with Redless, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the academy together, but now Redless is missing. Redless went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin, and a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redless.
Ooh, that's dark. London MCM all weekend. Nice. What's an MCM? MCM. I'm not familiar.
Believing it comes from her own mind, she realizes the truth. She was murdered by Lucian the Divine. Redless too must be dead, or he would have come for her by now. She bows her head and cries. She knows Redless went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there. She weeps.
What's going on here? Lucian... He is, if I'm... Oh, for God's sake. If I'm remembering correctly, Lucian is actually the first game, Divinity game they ever released. That's the main character there. What's going on? And like I played the other games where he's in, he's definitely not, he's like very, very, he's just like the embodiment of good. That's like his whole thing, essentially. That's a, oh, okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Candor still thinks
No,
a
I've
hunger,
already-
right? The hunger.
Talk to him. Is there another like little mechanism around here somewhere? Where's the old man walking to?
Very good. Very good. Now back to the study. Come on now.
Ah, I think I'm missing something here.
I think, yeah, okay, we'll follow him and see where he goes.
I must check on the Chancellor.
Yes, it's the first one I touched, and it does not
I think I'm
much.
missing something here.
Oi!
I think I'm missing something here.
Which one came next? Ha! Yes.
Okay, button, and then this contraption, and then the door. And then the Chancellor's room is in there, I assume. To cosplay and meet people? No, do you cosplay as anything? Let's go around dump, make sure there's nothing important in here. Tome of the Sworn Breaker. I was a Ghostbuster? That's so cool. Which, from like which one? Because there's a whole bunch of Ghostbusters now, isn't there?
Your time will come, and sooner than you think.
There's lots of information on god-killing weapons here, which makes me a little bit nervous. L. Who's L?
You feel lightheaded. The gods now seem like tyrants, feeding upon their worshippers' source, like their cattle raised to be
Afterlife?
slaughtered.
I haven't seen that one. Is it good? I assume so if you cosplayed at it. But yeah, it sounds really... Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, shit. Alright. I'm gonna just quickly duck to the bathroom, but I'll be back in a second. Oh, okay. Hello. I had something to eat as well. Gods must have their reasons besides the world they've given to us is worth fighting for. The alternative doesn't bear thinking about.
Gods have a different vantage point from our own. Perhaps their actions will prove to be quite justified should we...
Where is Fane? Whoops. Probably should have included him in that conversation, but that's okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Got a lot of jewelry from this. Oh. My cat just made the most pathetic little noise. Oh my god, am I still wearing a level 4 belt? Oh my god. I cannot believe that. I can actually, I'm an idiot. But still. Oh, Sabille, we have so many of these skills. What do you mean she knows all of them? Wind up toy. Caster level and summoning ability. Well, the summoning ability shit. Oh my god, she already knows all this shit. Talk about being ignorant. So wait, what does this one actually do? Barrage of 5 steps. Sure. That's fine. Okay. Fanatic Redellus.
His memory comes to you like a hound to its master. Your name is Redellus, and you are God-woken. But you know that you can never be divine. You are in love with Tarion, your rival, and that love makes you weak. You hear rumors of a god king who would free you to be with Tarion. You seek the Chancellor's knowledge of this king, but when you find the Chancellor, he lies dead. A figure stands over him.
Bum, bum, bum.
Lucian, the great divine. He smiles at you and bids you approach him. He lays a hand upon your shoulder, and his blade slices your gut. As you fall, poor Redellus, you know that you will never see your Tarion again.
Show him where the spirit of Taran may be found.
Redellus awakens as if from a daze. He takes what would have been a breath, were he still alive, and breaks into a run.
It's kind of sad.
Welcome to the Forbidden Library. Do not fear the truth, though it smash your world to pieces. Do not fear the truth about the gods.
Do you know a student named Redellus?
Sought the secrets of the gods. Redellus sought the God King, and Redellus died at Lucian's hand.
Ask him for the truth.
The gods destroy what they have made. You think them cruel, but they are not. They own us, and will do with us what they must.
A thought arrives from deep within, a single word. Lies. Hunger rises deep within you. You, or the thing inside you, want the hunger die.
I'm full. There's plenty of sauce in me, you greedy bastard. Okay, well we've got a key, which I assume opens this up here. Oh, here they are.
The lovers stare into each other's eyes, together at last. Tarion registers your presence for the first time. She smiles at you in gratitude. Redulus gives you a nod of acknowledgement. You know they'll leave now for the Hall of Echoes. They turn to each other.
I'm getting so much XP. I just got 70,000 XP for that. Hopefully the storage will be good. Ooh. It's not, but sure. Supernova. Guess we can take that. Gold. Superior Stardust Herb, whatever that is. Carrying too much again. Not even, not worth it. What's this, yeah, this crystal. There we go. And this one. Is it reflecting? I can't see high enough. Is that reflecting? There we go. I'm not entirely sure this has to do with anything, but I'm doing it as we go just in case.
What a strange device.
You're a strange device. I picked up about 10 of them, so there we go. Oh. Does that not count? There we go. Take that one. I don't know if you can...
So, this is it. The Temple of the One.
Who is this beast? Oh my god, they're alive! Oh no, they're alive. Oh, that's not good. Let me do a proper save. Sup, you fuckers.
You face a familiar foe. Before you was a dwarf you once knew, or at least thought you did. You see in his sneer a new beast. Nobility twisted into arrogance. Coarseness turned to cruelty.
The God King has birthed a new son. I don't fight the coming storm. I am the coming storm, and you won't be escaping it, old friend.
He's undead. Cool. He looks really cool. Look at him. Jealous.
Much to your surprise, you encounter Ifan Ben Medst once more, but wasn't he dead?
How are you still alive?
Alive? I am far from alive. I am sworn to the Covenant. And you too will be far from alive after I face you in the arena of the One.
He smirks, and something awful glitters in the void behind his eyes. Something you never saw there before.
Yeah, right, okay. Who's this? The Eternal Arbiter. Right.
Look here. My erstwhile comrade in arms. My newfound mortal enemy.
Behold the Prince of Darkness.
I cannot be denied. Not even death can stop me. I have answered the God King's call. One day he'll answer to me, undead and undefeated.
Okay, sure. That's the pool, I assume. Why'd I take the plate? What am I like? Anyway, let's have a little look-see before I do anything. And then talk to the Arbiter, I guess. And then drink the God Kool-Aid. Okay, there was literally nothing, but that's fine.
Godwoken.
Hello.
Are your studies complete?
Oh, yeah.
All Godwoken have completed their studies. I take you now to the arena of the One. The wellspring awaits the victor. There you may fall, or you may rise.
Okay. Slightly nervous.
So it begins. The first Godwoken to enter the wellspring of ascension becomes divine. May the new divine be worthy. For the rest, may she have mercy on your soul. To the wellspring of ascension, begin.
Okay. Is it a race? The wellspring? It is. Okay. Well, I think I can get everyone else to focus on killing them. Wow, that's loud. But our character can sprint to the end. And you know what? I think she could probably do a good job of nearly killing everyone. Or killing at least one person. Oh, she'll get close, but I'll get her to take out his armor, because it's a shit ton.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Shit. Nearly. Probably be my best bet. Oh.
Back! Back! I am the chosen one. I alone will ascend.
They're undead now, aren't they? So if I heal him, he'll take damage. At least he should. Oh my god, it took half his health. That's amazing.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, undead. Duh. Oh, you idiot.
I'll yield to none.
How quickly I forget, hey? They're certainly going after not my characters, so that's good. Job done. You're going the wrong way, though. Why aren't they attacking me? This seem I'm not that I'm unhappy about that, but it seems strange. I don't know if I even want to attack them, really. Everyone's over here anyways, doesn't matter too much. I guess I'll just go and attack this one. Yeah. Oh, Loesch has 2,500 health. When did that happen? That's so much health. Yeah, see, they go straight for the other guys. Hmm. Very interesting. Oh, I'm not even in combat anymore. Oh. What the fuck? Alright. I'm not in combat, but we should probably go and help them. I don't want to just like leave them to it. Can I get you from here? What's going on here? Why can't I target that thing? That's really annoying when stuff doesn't work the way it's supposed to. I guess I'll just save my turn then? I have no idea. Ooh, where's the chameleon skill? I'll use that. I'm out on that one, I guess.
Glory is mine.
I hate that. Yeah, it never really does as much damage as it should. Oh, I was invisible as well. I could have totally left that. Yeah, so they do attack us. It just takes them a little bit extra. Weird. I've never had enemies before that prioritize other enemies over us. Not that it happens that often, but still. It's weird enough for me to, like, take notice of it anyway. Guess they can't be poisoned? No. Great.
Healing.
Finally. Oh, Sabille is nearly dead. Oh, there is another enemy up here. That might be why we can't get everyone rested. He's nearly dead though, isn't he? Yeah.
I'll yield to none.
Oh, I hope we have like a healing spell or something. Yeah. Maybe a magic armor scroll. Perfect. There we go. Can I loot these ones? Can I see their souls? No. Guess they already got taken, maybe? Ooh, I'm about to be divine! It's exciting. My heart's like pumping. Ooh! Gotta get properly stretched. And by my heart is beating, I meant, what? You know what? Whatever. Don't listen to me, eh?
So good of you to come, God Awoken. You know, you are many things, but above all, you are reliable. Reliable to the point of being predictable.
What is that on
You
her
came
back?
to the wellspring. I followed. The Lady Vengeance is, after all, my ship. And now here we all are.
It is time, mistress.
She gives you a long and steady look, as if it is the last time you shall see each other for the rest of eternity. Then she dips her chin in acknowledgement. You are almost her equal.
Yes, Breedeman. It is time.
She raises the Aeteran. Like a divining rod to water, it seeks the wellspring and finds it. The device hums to life.
We are done, mistress.
Yes, Breedeman, we are done. And so too, Godwoken, are you. Soon you shall be little more than relics of a bygone time, and this place shall be your tomb. Goodbye.
What?
It might be wise to look for a way out of here.
Really? Do you think so?
Hey,
If
enough
I didn't
with
know
the sass.
our shield had everything under control, I'd think we were in big trouble.
Of course I have everything under control.
The ritual has failed. The structure lies in ruins, but you have at least survived. You should feel relief, disappointment, confusion, anything but the rage that wells up from deep within you. The rage grows, burning hotter than the volcano itself, tearing at you, seeking to overpower your senses. The red mist wants to descend. The red mist feels like it does not belong to you. The red mist feels alive. And it wants you. A familiar figure materializes before you. A copy of yourself, enraged. Your own face glowers at you in hateful fury. It opens its mouth, and your furious god begins to speak.
You failure. You nobody. You weakling.
Look me in the eye. I am Relic. I am god of this world. All that you are is mine. It shall be mine once more. Yield. Surrender yourself to your god, that he may right your wrong. Yield to Relic, that he may be god of Rivellon.
Laugh at the god of the past and his futile raging against the incontrovertible truth of his own obsolescence.
If you won't yield by your own will, you will yield by mine. Yield to me!
Okay. They're using all of our own things against us. What's this? Okay. Shit. I think embodiment of Relic. Tierce and Dallas. Okay. What scrolls have I got? We might be able to do some sort of AoE maybe somewhere. Not enough AP, okay. That won't really matter because she can't move. Perfect. Who's next in line? The invisible one. Okay. The one that's specifically not here. Alright, we'll just get rid of the really weak ones first then. Me and Fane, unfortunately. The weakest babies.
I'll yield to none.
Yeah, figured. She couldn't move, so fairly easy guess. It's fine, we should be able to end this pretty much this turn. What means the target is too far? Get the fuck out of here.
I am the last. I am the one. You are nothing.
Source Titan. Okay. Can we rupture this thing's tendons? Because of course it has tendons. Why wouldn't it? Are you shitting me? That was insane. Let's take a big old potion if we have one. So I've got, is Holy Fire characters protected from fire damage? Okay. God, I have no health. Excuse me, I'm gonna need some of that life juice. Thanks.
The Titan lies in pieces before you. The god controlling it is dead by your hand. Lava roils as earthquakes rumble around you. Shockwaves of sound pierce the air, the growl of shifting ground. Suddenly, a voice echoes in your mind. It's Malady. Where the hell are you, she calls. Ah, find my beacon. We need to get out of here now. Her voice crackles and dissipates in your mind.
Okay. I can't help but see wings there. So I need to get Sabine back up. Where's this beacon? Oof. I assume it's this thing over here.
Boring.
Picked up wings. Is that just junk? Alright, never mind. Let's get the fuck out of here. The controller is vibrating like crazy. Oh good, that gets us all out of here. Perfect. That's disgusting. Well, shit.
I guess when I said never again, I really meant once or twice more. Okay. Okay. The Hall of Echoes once more. Our home away from home.
Thank her for getting you off the Namesile.
Close indeed. You almost became a god, and instead you're still... you. At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to rest. We've still one big jump to go, but... it'll have to wait.
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish ether. She breathes a deep, ragged breath.
At least, it's quite beautiful here, isn't it? I'm going to take a rest. Sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. Speak to the ship if you need me. She'll know where to find me. This may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, Godwoken.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Shit's gonna hit the fan again. Alright, I'll have to find them in a bit.
Ifan's spirit stares at you, seemingly through you. There is neither affection nor blame in his expression. He gives no sign of seeing you. Ifan's eyes flicker rapidly from side to side, as if trying to take in an expansive sight. He whispers, Gleku Duma, over and over, and suddenly you seem to hear the chattering of thousands of elven voices in the distance. Then, before your eyes, his spirit dissolves into the sound, his own voice joining the cacophony that you can hear, that you could hear. For now, no sound remains. All is calm.
Okay.
The day was lost, and no one won. Divinity is still up. Naught but the demon I'm hunting. I did. She's...
Yeah, right. He doesn't really seem to be too bothered about what happened.
The Red Prince's spirit stands bewildered, his spectral eyes beleaguered by disbelief.
Defeat? I have been defeated. Impossible. Impossible.
Tell me very sorry he perished.
No. The Red Prince does not perish. Even here I hear the voices of destiny whisper. I will have my empire yet. I will have my empire yet.
Doesn't seem to be taking that too well.
Not many things I can fetch around here, but who cares, eh? Look at this plate.
I thought you'd forgotten about me, darling. How goes your little endeavor?
Almira gives you a devilish grin and traces her finger along your forearm.
I had a feeling you'd be one to watch, my dear.
Oh, he's up there. I have to talk to him as well.
All this commotion hasn't made it any easier for me to restore anathema. The fewer distractions, the better.
Any progress?
My efforts continue. I must admit it.
taking his sweet time, isn't he? Though I assume it's quite a complex task. So, you know, fair enough.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now. She'll never stop. She'll never stop.
After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but humanity beats strong within you, here and now. Who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions? Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too.
I guess Sabine? I like Sabine more than anyone else, so... Approach Sabine, take her hand and ask if she would like to spend the night with
She
you.
pulls you close and kisses you like you've never been kissed before.
That's a yes. Come, let's find ourselves a quiet spot, shall we?
As you move to go below decks, the live wood creaks and groans. The steps you thought you knew lead you to a part of the ship you've never seen before. A newly carved nook that smells of resin and wood chips. Touching the wall beneath your fingers, the live wood hums at your touch. You understand that the Lady Vengeance has carved this space for you in gratitude for your help.
So cool.
You enter and feel the presence of the ship recede, offering you the total privacy of a moment alone with your companion. The first moment you have been truly alone together. No sooner have you entered the room than Sabine shoves you onto the bed and starts tearing at your clothes.
Okay.
I want you naked. Now.
You don't need to be told twice. Undress.
She looks on as you remove your garb, and it's like you can feel her gaze, an eager flame that travels up and down your naked body.
Good boy.
Oh, I don't like that.
She takes one of your hands and leads it to her lips, gently brushing them with your fingertips.
Remember how when we first met I licked your arm?
I do.
Think now of what will happen when I lick you all over. All those memories shrouded in flesh. No more secrets. I will know you like I know my own heart.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
She lowers your hand and places it between her breasts. You can feel the beat of her heart, the dulcet, ancient rhythm.
Let me come to know you.
Subtle. Whisper, yes, she may know you.
She kisses you gently. Then, as your mouths open, a dalliance of tongues.
The sweet taste of remembrance. The titillation that is one's first kiss. How young you were. Tell me, how was it?
Tell the truth, it was a bumbling attempt at best.
So I gather. But practice makes perfect, as we've just proven. I think it's time for another taste.
She kisses your neck, your chest, twirls her tongue around your nipples.
Oh my god, how saucy is this going to be?
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Another sensation altogether.
Should we not have, like, you know, the wings and stuff taken off?
You're afraid. Tell me why.
Feel very vulnerable. You remember the needle in your neck, she could kill you in an instant.
I understand. But there is so much more to me than my needle. Forget the scar. Forget the names on my skin. And forget the instrument with which I kill. You will get to know the real me. All of me. I am Sabine, and I'm here with you.
Repeat her words.
That's right, my darling. I'm here with you. Now do you realize you've no reason to fear me? That I could never hurt you? I love you. I want you.
Her kisses go lower still, your belly and below. Her tongue is all along your length. Just a tease. Slowly she moves back up, her body close to you, her lips against your ear.
Just one question left. The one question as yet unanswered in your flesh. Do you love me too?
Yes.
And I believe you, for you told me the truth before.
With a few easy movements, Sibyl slips out of her clothes and straddles you in all her naked glory, two heats hot against one another.
Ah, isn't it wonderful to be in love? Isn't it magical to make love?
Her lips land on yours once more as she guides you inside her, and slowly, ever so slowly, gallops you into oblivion.
Oh my. And we put all the armor back on like nothing happened. Okay, I guess that's it.
The night was long, but you didn't sleep a wink. You lie in one another's arms, basking in euphoric exhaustion.
Ready for round 5?
Say God's yes. Tell her you are.
Come here.
As Sibyl's hands traipse their way down, a sound emanates in the distance.
Round 5.
Oh, that was Lady Vengeance. She's calling us back. How she spoils our sport.
You both rise from the bed and get dressed. When you're ready to leave, Sibyl takes your hands in hers.
You know me now, don't you? The real me. You're not afraid anymore, are you?
Look her in the eyes, smile, and say you don't fear her, you love
And
her.
I love you.
One more kiss. Then you leave, your arms around each other's waist.
Let's get this divinity thing over with, shall we? This is so much more fun.
I'll just tell us what's straight back. North. Alright. After that, I'll be back. I just have to let my cat in. Okay, sorry, I was lagging. I noticed, so I just left it.
All this, my efforts continue.
Shall... What happens if we talk to her again?
Are you ready to continue the journey? One word and the Lady Vengeance will take us back to our world.
Yeah.
Well, hello again. As much as I would enjoy sailing these waters with you, I fear our time is short. I believe Melody recommended speaking to the ship's head when you were ready to leave. But
okay.
You okay, Chief?
Despite everything that's happened...
It's funny, isn't it? From here, none of it seems real. Dallas, the gods... I mean... we killed a god!
Laugh, what else can you do? It's so absurd.
Man, someday we should write all this down. It'll be the best piece of fiction I ever read.
Tell her you'll write it used to tell yourself, and if she's very nice, you'll buy her a house on an island once you become rich and famous.
Ha ha. I don't need your gold. When all this is over, I'm taking to the stage once more. And if you're very nice, I'll get you tickets. 3rd or 4th row.
She looks out into the swirling blue and green of the
I do like Losh's slick sense of humour.
Let's rest up. Whatever comes next, I want to be ready for it.
Yeah, right. Let's talk to the ship. Or go downstairs, I guess. Is the kid still here? No, she seems to have left.
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed. It shall be done.
Wasn't really the ship's fault. Melody just tracked it.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued. She looks you over and squints.
What's wrong with you? You seem happy.
I feel better than you have in some time.
It's written all over you. In truth, I'm glad to see it. A joyful God is a just God. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on.
Okay.
I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to divinity, and she was to help me with another matter. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally.
Seems fair.
So, are we? Allies, that is.
Tell her that after all she's done for you, you'd be a fool not to consider her your greatest ally.
I'm glad to hear you say that. We do make quite the team, don't we? I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule.
cock an eyebrow when she thinks you do know how to rule.
Given the alternatives, I consider you our very best bet. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see?
I see Melody.
I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. Whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone. Slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did. To create a better world than the world they made.
Are they all gone though? I don't really... I guess we did. We killed all of them and the other ones probably weren't strong enough to hold on. So you're surprised to hear her talk like this. She seems passionate about the state of the world. Why?
I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that.
I don't like being called insurance.
Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole.
Yeah, I want my god powers, please.
Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living.
I really like her weapon.
Captain Malady stands at the ready.
OR, Captain. OR.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon's secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucian! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! Brace! Brace!
The wreck of the Titan. I got another achievement. That seems kind of spoilery. What's wrecked? Is my ship wrecked? Oh, I'll be mad if it is.
Come, come, Quercus. Time is short.
Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands.
Reach over to help her up.
She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear, I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in two realms at once. Her body here, her soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods.
I'll ask her what comes
Dallas
next.
must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetiran and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything.
Hey, Chief. Before we get a move on, I'd like a word with Malady. You mind?
Go ahead.
Hey, Mals. I'm not, feeling so hot.
I should think not. The demon is getting closer to himself. You'll meet him in Arx soon enough, and if you meet him like this, it's bye-bye Losa.
Losa, okay.
We won't let that happen, will we? I've got a little something cooking. There's power in names, after all. And we know exactly who Adramalik is. Don't worry. I'll find you before it's too late. Demon's honor.
Oh, Quercus. She might have been a butchered tree, but she still made a noble home. We cannot hide in their barren hall of echoes. We cannot idly wait for fate to take us. There's only one thing left to do.
Solora looks up to you, then back to Quercus. His whiskers twitch.
We must fight! Onward, Quercus! Onward, shield! Until the great acorn drops, there's still hope! Ho!
I like my squirrel. It's a shame he died. He's a spirit. But yeah.
Hurry along now. That's for you to discover. Take care of yourself, God.
Okay.
Not the finest of landings, though I suppose our dear vessel did well enough, given it's not exactly in its natural habitat. At least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes.
I'm growing
I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. The kiss of death. Toadskin shoes. Ooh, they look cool. And not really that expensive.
Why work, of course. Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes. Come and find me later in the Hall of Echoes.
Okay. Shall we go and have a look first?
The statue reaches toward the sky, as though preparing to take flight. The bottom drops out from within you.
You're lucky that I enjoy a bumpy ride, my dear. Our arrival here was vigorous, even for my tastes. I'm still eternally grateful for all you've done for me, of course. In fact, here, take this. I suspect you'll find use for it soon enough. This place? No. Arx is clogged with Divine Order lackeys, from what I understand. It's not the sort of town where a girl like me could let her hair down, unfortunately.
Not sure what she gave me, but cool. I didn't get the Stormbreaker pieces. Oh fuck. Shit. I mean, we pretty much oh no, we didn't. That was like the lever and stuff. Fuck. Oh well. Not doing all that again. She'll have to live without it, I'm afraid. Okay, when he said later, he really did mean later. Sometimes when they say later, they just mean the next time you enter that area. But maybe there is like a time limit on it.
father, the Kraken.
Hmm?
If it keeps showing up uninvited, we'll never make friends.
No shit. That's the thing that got us at the beginning of the game. Oh no. What time is it? Okay. I think this is as good a place as any to leave it. And then we'll start this area kind of fresh next time.
Final voyage of the Lady Vengeance. She served us well.
Yeah, I might do some inventory management if I get some time. Between now and next session, just so we can get rid of some of the, like, look how much gear I have, it's ridiculous. So I might have a look at that. But other than that, yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I should be back tomorrow about the same time, and maybe we might be able to do a bit longer. That'd be good. Put some more time into this one, I think. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day or night, whichever it is. Stay safe, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye bye.